featuring the biggest names and the best stories in sports. The following is a presentation of E60. Sports Matter.
Got it?
My hands are sweaty.
All right. E60, Mets pitchers, World Series, marking.
It's a cliche in New York with this team, but it's amazing. You guys have a combined 147 career starts, and now you're going out. You've just swept the Cubs. The four of you are starting in the World Series. How do you make sense of all of it?
It still hasn't really sunk in for me yet. I remember when Familia was trying to make that last out of the game, Harvey and I were pacing back and forth, and I just remember us saying our hearts were racing. We were actually going to be able to have a dream come true. So it's an awesome experience.
When this season started, two of you weren't on the team. There were obviously questions about Matt's comeback. You were coming off a Rookie of the Year season, Jacob. What did you think was the ceiling for this team?
We had a plan in spring training to make it to the World Series, and I think the plan was to win it too. We actually had a meeting about it, getting to the playoffs and kind of what we expected this year. And, we made some key trades there around the trade deadline that helped us out a lot. And, these guys came up and did a great job with us, and Matt did an excellent job coming back. And, it's been fun, and we've really enjoyed it.
What did Terry Collins say to you, Matt, when he told you you would be the Game 1 starter?
I think it's, basically the thing is it could be anybody. And, all four of us have gone out and done our jobs and pretty much led this team to where we are. And it's an honor. But at the same time, it could have been any one of us. So for me to lead off, it's, I'm happy for the opportunity, and I'm excited to start things off right.
Steven, Game 4 will be your 9th start ever in the major leagues. Does that seem like it can even be real to you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to enjoy, the first 3 games watching these guys pitch, and I'm going to try to build off them and just, watch it very closely and see how they handle it.
Everybody's talking about you now as this single entity, this group, these 4 guys. John Smoltz said more impressive than what they had on the Braves in the 90s, which of course is historic. Do you feel that way? Do you feel like you're a unit?
I definitely feel like that now, because it's just like every day, running out a guy. Noah's throwing 100, Harvey's throwing 98, Jake's throwing 98, and it's just like every day, it's just they can't breathe.
Do you guys is there a camaraderie among you, Jacob?
Yeah, definitely. We watch each other's bullpens, we watch each other warm up before the game, and you look in the dugout, we're normally near each other, watching the other guy. And I think that's a big thing, too, like when you're out on the mound and you're out there, these guys are in there rooting for you, and they're pulling for you, and I think that means a lot when you're out there.
I feel obligated to ask, what's up with the hair?
I don't know. I think it's gone after this year.
Really?
Yeah. I'll let Noah take it over.
I'm not sure I want the responsibility.
It is a lot of responsibility being the guy with the long hair. I mean, is it like a Samson thing? Like if you cut it, would you lose your strength?
I don't know. There was a few times I cut it in the minor leagues, and I seemed to give up some runs, so I think that's kind of why I don't cut it during the year. But I'm definitely going to take quite a bit off this offseason.
Noah's the only guy who hasn't had Tommy John surgery among the 4 of you. All 4 of you have thrown more innings this year than you've ever thrown before in your lives. How are those arms feeling?
Once you get to, the NLDS or the NLCS and, obviously now the World Series, I think any of those little aches and pains or, any sort of, being tired kind of goes out the window with the adrenaline and the excitement and where you want to be and how much you want to win. So I think for me, obviously there were a lot of talks about what it would be like or whatnot, but I couldn't feel any better right now.
How did it come about, that conversation, when you told Terry, use me, I'm ready to go, whatever you need?
I think that was always something I wanted. Obviously, there's a lot of risk with doing what we do anyways, so as an athlete, you always want to put yourself in the best position to succeed and play for a long time. But, you know, obviously I knew where our team was heading, and the last thing I would ever do was, you know, not play, and that was never a doubt in my mind.
Never?
Never.
If you were pitching for the other side, what would you do to get Daniel Murphy out?
I'm not sure if I could get him out. I'd probably walk him, to be honest.
You ever
The
seen
guy's on
anything
fire.
like this?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before. It's unbelievable.
None of you, obviously, has ever been in a World Series before. Do you think you're prepared for this kind of spotlight here in New York, where the fans are so thirsty for something? It's been 29 years since the Mets have won the World Series.
I think all of us kind of are at the point where none of this has hit home, and it hasn't sunk in because, you know, we're on a mission. And, you know, we obviously were excited after the, you know, last 2 series wins, but, you know, our ultimate goal is to finish this thing, and we're not excited for what we have done in the past. It's, you know, we'll look back when we finish this thing and when we're going down, you know, 5th Avenue on a float.